Psychology learners. This video is focused on what you need to do for Module 2. So you're in the Module 2 tab, and you do want to read the introduction. Here's how you access your book. Here's some resources on our topic this week, and I just want to focus on what you guys are doing for your assignments. So here's the discussion on neurodiversity. And we want to focus on what the discussion rubric is asking you to do. So I just want to focus you on the fact that you want to be supporting what you're saying with credible resources. For our purposes, that's the text. And when you do include information from the text, just make sure that you put in that citation in parentheses, Myers and DeWall 2020. And then for this critical element, you want to make sure that you elaborate on how, I would say, if you're aiming for the highest grade, and why wouldn't you be, then you want to elaborate on how multiple programmatic themes relate to the discussion topic. If you just do one of them, that is fine, it's proficient, but this is one. And then to get the best grade, it's multiple themes. And then to get the best grade for advancement of discussion, make sure that you're integrating views from other learners and sources. For our purposes, you can just, again, use the text. Like, just make sure that you're using the text to support what you're saying. Because this one doesn't say credible sources, you could just use other sources like articles from the internet or other websites or whatever, videos. And then for this, just make sure that you're using that proper APA citation. And for this one, just make sure that you're posting your initial post by Thursday. And then I just want to show you that for our second thing that you're doing this week, it's the Milestone 1, Project 1 Milestone Graphic Organizer. And when you click on this, the guidelines and rubric, you can see that you open up to this page and you are giving all of this information, which is basically the different perspectives: see neuroscience, evolutionary, behavioral genetics, psychodynamic, behavioral, and cognitive, and also the social cultural. But I just want to show you that for each of these perspectives, you want to click on this, the behaviors to consider. And when you do that, it opens up this document, the behaviors to consider, and see how it's talking about these behaviors. Oops, that highlighted weird. But so for the first one, you're talking about either neuroplasticity or drug addiction. Those are the two behaviors to consider. For evolutionary perspective, you're talking about aggression or compassion. And it's giving you, here is the credible information to support what you're saying. So it's giving you that right there. So you want to use this credible information to support your idea that, say, neuroplasticity comes from either nature or nurture, or that drug addiction comes from either nature or nurture. And you're doing this for each one. So this is a really important document to be using because you have to use one of those two behaviors. When you're talking about neuroscience, you have to use one of these two. When you're talking about evolutionary perspective, one of these two. When you're talking about the behavior genetics perspective, one of these two, and so forth. So that is what you're getting graded on. If you look down here, that you are including those details, and I know that it's just saying in a sophisticated or creative manner, but just make sure that for this, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for, did you use those behaviors? You must address the rubric criteria listed below. Use the suggested behaviors to support your answers. See, it's right there. Use the suggested behaviors. And the behaviors are in that document. So I feel like that tends to be the most confusing thing about this assignment. And maybe it's because people miss this document. So I wanted to make sure you guys didn't miss it. So this is due by Sunday, and your initial post for your discussion is due by Thursday, with your 2 response posts due by Sunday. Let me know if you have any questions.